but Will Steele, you know what I'm saying, the best in the business. Transition Jones.
The sky's the limit.
It was out of order. Fuck it. I'm Voch Lombardi. What's that? Cool. Appreciate y'all for being here. All right, cool. We're settled in. I tried to do a lot of things on the fly. We're here. Will Steele, what's up?
What's goody, man? I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go.
Everything is everything. Appreciate y'all. The volume chat. We good.
We got it. We got it over there.
Are we good to go?
Yeah, we
All
just
right,
had
cool.
a quick tap, yeah.
We good to go. Hey man, I don't know what it is about days like this, Will Steele. To be fair, we probably just got sleep. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? For the first time in a couple days.
So wait, I gotta tell y'all this stuff.
Please.
Shout out to you and shout out to Cardo, aka Space Cowboy. So I'm still catching up on the sleep, right? You had dropped a tweet about Space Cowboy just flaming Shady. So I said, well, let me go watch this real quick. And I'm in the middle of watching BMF, chilling on the couch, just trying to relax for a little bit. You know, Michelle's working from home, and she's like, oh, turn that up. That sounds interesting. Because, you know, she listened to the show sometimes. And so she's like, well, that sounds interesting. Let me listen to what he's saying about Shady and them. So I paused BMF. I started listening to Cardo. I fell asleep. I woke up, and the house is quiet. I said, why the hell was it quiet? I said, did I fall asleep? I said, bro, I'm still catching up on sleep, fam. So, Cardo, I'm gonna go back and listen to what you had to say.
Watch your video at some point.
It started off good. I'm just sleepy, dog.
Oh man, it's cool, bro. We gonna figure it out, man. I miss Dojo today, man. It's a process, man. Then this whole short week thing, bro. It's Wednesday already, man. It is Wednesday, you know, and before you know it, it's gonna be fucking Thursday, right? And then it's gonna be playoff football again, right? So very short week for us, long week for the 49ers. I didn't even think about that until I saw them talking about it today on TV or whatever, right? Like just them having more days to rest than the Cowboys, or whatever. And you know, the whole Monday Night Football thing was some nonsense in the first place, but it is what it is, my good sir. What can you say? But we got some good show for y'all today. We got some good show. We're going to be talking about the film from the Buccaneers game. Of course, me and Will still watch things a little bit closer. So we got a little more answers for y'all. We're going to talk about our notes from that.
The conference has been unlocked.
Appreciate you. And we're going to also try to squeeze some 49ers talk into this show also. It ain't going to be too much because it is the Wednesday show. To be fair, we don't need really too much analysis here, right? Like there's no need to, all right, y'all, we're going to break everything down position by position. Like we know what the vibes are. Like we understand this 49er team and what they do, this Cowboy team and what they do. I didn't know 49ers fans were, you know, this annoying all of a sudden. You know, they just...
You don't remember from last year? Oh, you know what? You wasn't going live every day last year.
Yeah. That must be the case. That must be the case, right? But I mean, I wasn't live every day. Right. So I guess I ain't had to deal with 5 days a week.
I had to deal with that 5 days a week over.
Oh my goodness. And I look to their credit, I ain't seen nothing from them all year or whatever. But boy, it's like the minute you breathe, the minute we don't even get to celebrate. We're like, all right, minute 0. Dak don't even get a whole fist bump out yet. Bang, bang, bang. And I'm like, bro.
This is all I envision when I hear him say bang, 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 bang. Cactus Jack.
Pause.
Get your Cactus Jack ass out of here, man.
It's cool, man. But yeah, man, we got that game going on. That's gonna be Sunday at 5:30 Central. 5:30 Central, I believe. So we'll be tapped into that because we'll be
5:30 Central.
I think it's 5:30 Central because it's 3:30 their time.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Early game.
West Coast
game. Late-ish early game.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. Get this shit up with. Let's see. All right, let's get into some of the film. Some of the film that we not reviewing the film just yet because I do have some clips of film that I want to show y'all from Micah Parsons as a pressure guy, how we use Izzy, and there was this play in the red zone. Will Steele, how we always talked about, hey man, can we isolate Diggs and can we just put everybody else on everybody else? And I asked Jesse Holly about this. I ain't name dropping or nothing like that, but I asked, right? So I was like, Jesse Holly, what's stopping Dan Quinn? What's stopping the Cowboys defense from putting Diggs on a number 1 guy and just having everything bumped over one time? The shit made sense. I was kind of mad I didn't think of it myself because it made sense. But he was like, if you're going to do that, you need 11 people to be smart enough to know what to do when Diggs is over there. And I'm like, fair. You need 10 people to know. Pardon me. You need 10 people to know what to do when Diggs is doing over their thing. So if it's cover 2, you need to have guys smart enough to know, okay, well, Diggs is going to be over there doing his thing, but what does cover 2 look like for all of us if Diggs is there? But if there's motion and he's on the other side, you're going to need dudes to know how to bump everything over one time. And that could be a problem if you have players that, may not be smart enough to, look, we're still funny about it. Behind the scenes, I had a list about 5 players that I thought wasn't smart enough to pull that off. But now that we on camera, I ain't got to call those particular players' names out in general. But I think a guy like J-Ron Curse would be smart enough. I think Malik Hooker would be smart enough. I think Van Der Esch should be smart enough, but I'm gonna stop right there before I run out of names. It's just that you got to be able to run that thing flawlessly in case there is change. So we didn't get that this weekend, but I did see this one play on the goal line that looked very similar to it. And we're going to talk about that when I get into the actual breakdown, these actual defense breakdowns, Will, still. But I just wanted to talk about the offensive line and what I saw. Will, did you get a chance to get a good look at the offensive line?
Sure.
People come to me for my offensive line opinion. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So why they come? I appreciate y'all, man. Tyler Smith's so good, man.
I was about to say, I can't wait to hear what you guys say about Tyler.
Oh, Tyler Smith's so good, Will, still. And it's funny, since there are 49 fans in here, you know what I mean? Guys like Tyler Smith in this draft class were drafted because of what happened last year. You know what I mean? Like, you can easily push around a Connor Williams type guy if you're stout in the middle. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want to do to whoever the fuck XYZ, right? So you go and get a more powerful guy to be able to deal with that. You know what I mean? And I'm just looking at Tyler Smith, and Tyler played left guard and he played left tackle because Jason Peters is 40 years old.
Just hold tight.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
There you go.
And he's 360 some odd pounds or whatever. So when them dudes kind of get hip injuries, man, they don't come back from that. So I'm expecting for the rest of the playoffs to have Tyler and that Connor McGovern configuration or whatever.
Yep.
But Tyler Smith, even when his technique bad, he got that equalizer. You know what I mean? He got that one trap card. He got that one trick up his sleeve to where even if you out, and that's going to be very important this week, even if you out technique him, he got this thing called stronger than you. You know what I mean? He got this thing called net scrumph. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be whoever he lined up against. Pick a guy, right? 98, Golston, Vita Vea, pick a human. When Tyler Smith says time to stop, we stop. You know what I mean?
Bro,
we stop.
The way he moved Nunez Roaches sometimes is just like, bro, just stop putting him over top of him.
Bro, we was in the Patreon we were so casually laughing at what Tyler did to Nunez Roaches.
Yeah.
We was trying to figure out what country Nunez Roaches come from so we could find the language so we could translate what Nunez Roaches mean. You know what I'm saying? And I actually know him because he went to Southern Miss, and I remember him walking around the school. And I have a very particular story about him. We'll talk about it on Patreon or like Twitch or something like that. But man, Tyler just was so casually whooping Nunez. I got to a point we was watching the film, Will, and I was like, man, if you're not special, the fight not gonna be close for real. You know?
Oh, that's a good point.
You got to be a special player to even make the fight close with Tyler Smith. Tyler got a lot to learn, like in terms of, hand placement still, the outside hand, that inside hand will still get high up on the shoulder. But when Vita Vea tried to run down the middle of Tyler Smith, Tyler may have took a step to ground himself and then a step to anchor and plant. He drops his butt. He don't even drop his butt all the time. He's that strong. And it just stops. It stops.
Yeah, man. We're gonna miss left guard Tyler Smith.
Yes, he probably gonna be full time. Which is why I hope that. And look, this is too early to be talking about this because we actually got a playoff game. But going into next draft or whatever, I just want like strong dudes. Give me strong raw dudes because I trust. Here's a thought for you, Will, Steele, and chat while y'all listening. This off-season talk, but it's really not because it's tying into everybody that we talking to today. Do the Cowboys draft good or do they develop well? right? I think that's a real conversation we got to have at some point, not today, because later on. Because if you look at Tyler Smith in Tulsa versus who he is now, or Israel Mukuamu at South Carolina versus who he is now, they're totally different humans, Will, still. But when they get here, they get molded into a little thing, and then they refine the little, what's the names? Duke Manyweather probably got a lot to do with it, but they end up being totally different dudes, man. Like Tyler Smith.
We're talking about over a 10-year span, so you got to say a little bit of both because there's different coaches.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair, Will, still. That's fair. That's fair. That's real shit. But that's something that I definitely want to talk about, right? But as I'm watching Tyler, as I'm watching Izzy, as I'm watching some of these other guys, man, I go, hey man, that wasn't you in college. That wasn't you in college. You learned something along the way. And when I watch Tyler Smith, man, to be fair, he learns quick. To be fair, Duke Manyweather deserves a big ass check. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of saw that dude play, and we've been watching him since week 1. Will, we've been watching him closely since week 1, and just the dude that he's developed into. He might be the second best dude on the O-line now. He might be the second best dude on O-line now. It just happened that Zach Martin's still the best dude in the whole league. But besides that, I'm comfortable wherever you put Tyler Smith because I think he can live in that fight.
Terrence is out, right?
Plus Terrence is out.
You know what I'm saying? Is it because Terrence is out? I think Terrence was arguably, if not Zach is Zach. But Zach and Terrence were fighting for 1 and 2.
Zach is Zach. And when Terrence was playing, Terrence was clear number 2.
Yeah.
But I do think that Tyler just continued to evolve, though. Tyler continues to evolve. And Terrence is he's good where he's good at, but Tyler got that trap card. You know what I mean? Tyler got that strength. You know what I'm saying? So I was just watching that dude play, man, and it was just, I'm like, I could see who he lined up against pre-snap, and I could tell you how the fight was going to go. I could tell you how it was going to go. Oh, this dude I never heard of, Tyler going to smoke him. Oh, Nunez Roche, he going to smoke him. Ghostin, Tyler will beat him, and he'll beat him. Vita Vea, Tyler give up a couple, a step or two, but he'll beat him. And the only way to beat Tyler is Tyler got to beat himself. He got to get out of, his technique got to go a little weird or something like that. But he ain't get beat for real like that. Fantastic game from my rookie. He was amazing. Zach Martin was amazing. Everybody else, it depends on who you went up against. Tyler Biadasz got his ass beat a bunch because he got to go against Vita Vea a bunch.
Against Vita, yeah.
He got to go against Vita Vea, but Tyler, and look, it wasn't just the one play, like the one Vita Vea highlight where he smacked the shit out of him and he went like it wasn't just that one, but it'll be many plays where Vita Vea just be beating the shit out of Tyler Biadasz, and Dak will go, "Fine, I'll be a superhero, navigate this and get the ball out." You know what I mean? It'll be something like that. Connor McGovern had a pretty good game. And to be fair, let me be honest to Connor McGovern, because I'd be shitting on Connor McGovern. Connor McGovern had a solid game versus Vita Vea, when he went up against him. Good shit for him. And all that good shit. But Tyron Smith, fantastic bounce back game for Tyron Smith. He was against Tryon. Sure, how you say his new last name?
I don't know. I just know him as Tryon.
All I know is Joe Tryon, and just once upon a time, just one day, a new S word just showed up on the back of his jersey. And I don't want to be disrespectful to his last name, but Joe Tryon is a solid player. He ain't Shaq Barrett or nothing,
no,
but he's a solid player. You know what I'm saying? I
personally thought the tackles had the advantage coming in this game without Barrett, and
sure.
They played out that way. I thought they played very well.
Sure. But Tyron Smith, I talked about this last week on the volume, and we also talked about this on Patreon, is Tyron's not going to live in a world where he's going to be physically opposing people anymore. He's going to have to be technique guy. But now his techniques have all flipped. So he got to figure out how to be technique guy on the right side. And how do you do that? You just got to let Tyron keep playing on the right side. Tyron had a hell of a technique day. And we broke it down on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. If y'all want to see that full-length film session, we broke down the offensive line. Go check that out. The link's in the description. Tyron Smith had a fantastic day. And people were saying that in, the different chat boxes, whether it be they're watching you on A to Z or they watch me drunkenly go live for the game day. They was like, yo, Voch, I ain't heard nothing from Tyron Smith. He's doing well. I don't like to make bold proclamations on offensive line until I watch them, but as I watched Tyron Smith, Tyron played a fantastic game, and I was so proud of him. And we always talk about living and dying by number 4, right? If we're going to live and die by 4, if we need 4 to do this 3 more times, 73 going to have to be good. 73 going to have to be real good this week because that's where I think he's going. 77 gonna have to be good, and I just need my interior guys, not named Zach Martin, to just not die. It's got to hang in there. Just don't die.
Yeah, I
And
thought
that's
this.
why-
Yeah, I thought this matchup was good for them. They don't have that rusher, right? That speed, that menace. Next week is going to be really interesting.
It's a fucking menace coming in town now, though.
Right. That's why I wonder how they decide to attack this, man. And whenever we get the chance to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But because what they did was they did a lot of spread stuff. They just left Tyron on the island because who was really going to beat him like that?
Right.
Nobody.
Sure.
The
And
conference has been locked.
it's gonna be interesting because they're gonna move that guy around, right? They're gonna move him around, and they're gonna play find the scrub on whichever side it is gonna end up being. But let's just say he ends up on like Tyler for the whole game, in which he'll most likely be there. He'll just most likely be on
I'd
Tyler.
prefer that.
I agree. I want Tyron Smith to live off old bodies, right? I want them to be like, oh, that's Tyron Smith over there. Go put Nick on Tyler Smith and see what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And if they end up attacking Tyler, you're probably gonna out technique Tyler. But Tyler got that fucking magic card, you know what I mean? He got the goddamn trap card called strength.
Yeah, because
And if you
Nick
got
gets you with the strength.
He'll get you with the strength. You can outlast the whole technique side, but he'll really win when he just can like run down the middle of you. He ain't gonna run down the middle of Tyler like that. He'll beat him with technique, but he ain't gonna run down the middle of Tyler like that. So I would love for that to be a thing. In real life, I would love Tyler at guard this game because I think I think getting Tony involved in run game stuff like that, dealing with the interior guys, I think that'll be more, but we'll cross that road whenever we get there, man. We just ran out of guys, man. This was just a bad time for Terrence Steele to get hurt. Just a terrible time. Terrible time. Before we get into the actual film I have, the phones are locked. Fine. Let's get Short Dog on the phone, see what he's talking about, because he could be anywhere right now. We just love to go to Short Dog first. What's up, Short Dog?
Voch, bro.
I know.
You gotta understand, dog. You're the truth in the booth. You and my boy, bro.
LBE,
Skywalker, still, the deal, dog. But look at this thing right here, bro. Forwards in the air. I told you, bro, a week ago, dog. I told you. I said everybody's gonna be hating on us watching. When we come up there, we got 4, bro. He's gonna fillet their ass. He's gonna stir fry them. And when he comes back, bro, he's coming for Purdy, dog. This is the get back gang. We got numbers, man. We got Doug. Shout out to my boy Tyler Smith, Young Zeus, Orlando Thomas Jr. He's more Orlando Thomas than our junior is, bro. That's the man out there. Hey, but you know what it is, Voch? If you campaign for something, you're getting elected, dog. It's Voch. It's 2023, and it's my main G, Dak Prescott. You know what the deal is, Voch.
Man, Short Dog, appreciate you, man. Whatever you're doing, stay free. You know what I mean? Stay out of trouble. And keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep it together out there in them streets, man. Be all right, man. Be safe out there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Cool, Short Dog. Appreciate it, man. Listen, man. I stopped the show for Short Dog, man. I really think Short Dog will slap somebody in the mouth with Voch Lombardi. I really think he'll do that, man. We got to get to him. Plus, we don't know if he's talking up his anytime minutes for real, because in jail you only got like what 10 minutes on the phone. So I gotta make sure I get the Short Dog what he call that. All right, let's move the phones out the way. Let me look over and make sure we're clear there. We're fantastic. All right, let's get into some film, Will. Still, we're gonna talk about Micah Parsons first and the game that he had. Will, still, did you see our boy Micah Parsons, man? Like he's your guy, but I'm claiming him now.
What do you mean? He's a cowboy.
He's a cowboy, Will. But you was first. You was first, and I'm still, you know what I'm saying, paying for my sins or whatever, right?
But I admittedly am biased. So
there's a lot of Cowboy fans that get into this thing with Micah Parsons, like he's not getting sacked. So where is he at? You know what I mean? Or if he's not showing up on the number sheet, not showing up on the game logs, you know what I'm saying? What is Micah Parsons doing? And Micah Parsons' existence, right? Just him existing affects what the hell goes on with the offense, right? I ain't got to highlight Micah Parsons because y'all know where the hell he at. Even if Micah don't get the sack, every time we see Micah go up against somebody and he's smoking the shit out of him, the play has to speed up a little bit. right? The whole mechanics of the play, like if Micah wasn't Micah right here and Tom had like an extra second, just an extra tick, then maybe this screen develops a little bit. But it don't because Micah is Micah. You feel me? And I just wanted to just go and, pull some little notes, man, pull some timestamps and just show different times that Micah in different locations, right? Where Micah was just putting pressure on the play and just making it just go a little faster, right? They're not sacks, Will Steele. These aren't sacks, but these are still negative plays because Tom Brady can't get settled. Just Tom Brady's not on his square. I know there's a lot of 49ers fans that's ready to annoy the shit out of us. Well, Voch, can he beat XYZ? Well, the good thing about Micah Parsons is we can play find the scrub with him, right? So Micah can go anywhere and get pressure from anywhere, right? Some poetic justice here. You remember in week 1 when Micah was tweeting, he was beefing with Leonard Fournette, and he said, "Drop your addy so I can show up and whoop your ass." And it was all because Micah was one-on-one, and Lenny kind of blindsided him. He started talking shit about it.
Yeah, well, he got his.
I just thought, Mike got Lenny back, and this was playoff Lenny did nothing here. He bounced his ass off. Micah didn't even change direction. Look at Lenny head get just.
He did a spinner-rooney.
He did the spinner-rooney. This man got grass stains all over the back of his jersey just trying to stop. Bro, this what happens, bro. This what happens, man.
God, these
Nigerians
are strange. Do y'all just enjoy football at all? God damn.
Nah, Will Steele. What they say? Tell me what they say, man.
Trent destroying Micah Parsons. Like, all right, dog. We talking about the Bucs game.
Hey, hey, wait your turn.
Right. Relax. We'll get to y'all.
Listen, man. Listen, bro. Like, time out. Because look, first of all, appreciate you for being here because the volume gonna love these numbers. But hey, I would just almost rather y'all say we don't like our content creators, so we got to come listen to y'all. Like, I would almost just rather y'all say that. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, bro. Let's shout out to them content creators, whoever they are. Say, talk about us now. Right. No, sir. but we'll still like just look at how easy Micah does this, right? Look at how easy Micah does this, bro. Like just having to speed up your operation. And this is what I think is going to be big this week in particular, going versus the young boy, right? Going versus Brock, right? And look, Brock has my respect. I think Brock has done enough to earn some respect. But I do think rookie shit's going to happen at some point. He is a rookie, right? And I do think that the offensive success is a lot more Shanahan than rookie shit. So it's Dan Quinn's his opportunity, but it's Dan Quinn's job to like figure that out and how to bring the rookie shit out of him, right? I think a good way to get rookie shit happening is to get stalked by 11. I think if he's constantly having to feel 11's presence, he's constantly having to navigate and look and go. See, look, Tom Brady's one of the most mentally strong quarterbacks of all time. Like, even though he's like physically not the same guy that he is, right? If Micah Parsons lives in Tom Brady's mind, then Tom Brady's game can be off. So in my mind, when you run into the young boy, he may be physically, his best right now, but get up in his mentals. Get up in his mental.
Yeah, he's still a rookie.
He's still a rookie, man. Make him have to look up and find where 11 is. You know what I mean? Because look, 49ers fans, I'll be respectful for now because I'm going to talk shit later. Trent is amazing. But what if Micah don't line up over there? Like, what if Micah ain't right there? What if Micah line up over your guard? What if he line up over your center? What if Micah blitz from nickel? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
and the other part about it, rather, what if Dan Quinn manufacture something to make him have to get past the first read? Because a lot of things that I saw in the Niners game, and I'll elaborate more on it, is they do some two-man route stuff, and they like to try to get that first read, or even if the first read takes some time on that over route to get it to IU, it's going to take some time, right? Well, if Mike is coming, you want to put that pressure around Brock Purdy because he get a little happy feet. He's got that swashbuckling run around type of thing to him, and it's fun to watch. Like, he makes plays like that, but he also misses some throws when he's pressured a little bit. He missed some of them throws in that San Fran game. In that Seattle game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, for sure. And listen, man, I respect all offensive linemen because look, Voch is offensive line guy, but look, man, Micah just he doesn't get lucky. Like, he'll do this shit to Wirfs, he'll do this shit to Andrew Thomas, he'll do this shit to the best in the business. He'll fucking get one off on Trent. It ain't gonna take many. It ain't gonna take many because, like I said, look, it's not always about sacks. It's can Micah Parsons mentally get in your space, and that's something that I think is going to be super important when it comes down to matching up with those guys. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Like this is going to be a 2-day conversation while we're breaking down Bucs film. Right. I want to talk about Izzy today, Israel Mukuamu. And since 49ers fans are sitting in class right now, the best part about Izzy is that we're not requiring Izzy to be a star player, right? Because y'all can walk away and be like, man, they talking about they nickel corner, dog. That's how bad Cowboy. Nah, like Izzy is here to be a role player guy. But I think Izzy's gonna play an important role if he's gonna be playing, right? Because we talk about matchups. And where I talk about matchups and finding mismatches and things like that, I think Izzy's size and his skill set is an interesting one. Actually, let me hold on, Wilshire. Let me. I got to pull it up. We'll get to it at some point. But Israel Mukuamu kind of followed around Chris Godwin for a little bit.
Yep. And
Chris Godwin lines up all over the place, but he's one of their more used receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a receiver for them. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't slow or nothing like that. But Israel lined up against him, right, in the slot. But Israel lined up against him because he has cornerback experience, right? Now, if Chris Godwin was a, one of these Hunter Renfrow types, you know what I mean? If he was a Cole Beasley type, I don't want to name another white receiver, but if he was a Cooper Kupp type, you know what I mean? Like one of these shiftier slot guys or whatever, then yeah, sure, maybe we'll have a conversation about not putting Izzy on the super fast shifty guy, right? But if you got a different type of receiver, kind of like, you know what I mean? If you like a Brandon Ayuk type of guy, he may not line up in the slot or whatever, but he sometimes does. But it just the type of guy for Israel Mukuamu that you can do different matchup things. So we always talk about leaving Deron Bland outside. I think if you have a bigger receiver, right? If you got a bigger receiver, I feel good about playing big nickel with Israel Mukuamu. Check. Can y'all see right here? Can y'all see my mouse? Can I see? Yeah. Okay, cool. Y'all can see my mouse real quick. Look, Israel had a little day versus daggum Chris Godwin. And even when Chris Godwin may have like a leverage advantage or something like that over Izzy got long ass arm advantage.
Yeah.
That boy got length advantage. And I say, can I get cartel view? Of course I can. Izzy got long length advantage, right? And there's something else about Izzy, bro. And this is partially what my tweet was about, in which my tweet can be paired with the work that I'm doing today. Israel Mukuamu has a certain tenacity now that he didn't always have.
Yeah.
Right? He has a certain physicality. He has a certain tenacity. He has a certain level of fight to him now, to where he's a lot more physical. He can be jammy at the line of scrimmage. He can, he's scraping if you do get your hands on the football, right? If you catch the football, he's trying to get fumbles out. You know what I mean? Izzy just got a different level of fight. He's not, I don't want to call him a quitter, but shit, man, like look at his size, look at his athletic profile. Why was he a 7th round pick? Right? Because he just had different types of flaws in his game. So he can get beat on a play right here, but he's going to continue to fight to get the fumble out. On this fumble that should have been a fumble that wasn't a fumble, right? Just playmaker Izzy, and I think that's important. I got a timestamp, Will Steele. I'm about to get to it right now. And this is going to be the one that I think really applies to 49ers next week. Is it this one? No. I got it. No, I got it. Here we go. I got you, Will Steele. And I would love to know your thoughts on this, sir. All right. So I'm looking at this play, right, Will Steele? I say, all right, let's see what's going on here. We got Diggs outside. We got Xavier Rhodes on the outside. We got too high because Dan Quinn saving his best shit for the playoffs. Love it. Deron Bland playing nickel, which is amazing. But then I look over and Izzy kind of just chasing around Cade Otton. I'm like, So I kind of rewinded and shit, right? Just to kind of scroll through just to see what Izzy was doing. If Izzy was not chasing around following Chris Godwin, he was specifically on Cade Otton. Now, Will Steele, pull the film down and put me back up real fast because people, they just see my face when I say this, Will Steele. When we go into this game next week, bro, I think I'm trusting Izzy to chase George Kittle around, Will Steele.
Yep. Talk about
I
that
think
this morning.
I think that's the matchup. I think that's the
If
matchup.
they decide to do that.
They decide to do it. Because George Kittle in the run game, he's going to be blocky guy in the run game. All right, cool. But you still got to respect him as a wide receiver. And look, George Kittle is a guy that I was following, you know what I'm saying, fantasy football this year or whatever. And George probably was ready to smack Jimmy in the face. But when Jimmy went down and Brock came out, then George kind of emerged a little bit back again to be George, right? So if George is going to be George, you know, you got to respect George as a slot receiver sometimes, just by the way of alignment sometimes, and, you know, just offense versus defense or whatever. And then we just talked about the type of dude I want Izzy covering in that nickel spot. If it's a bigger receiver, I'll do it. Israel Mukuamu versus George Kittle. Because look, we know J-Ron can do it. So we can like mix things up like that. But Israel versus George Kittle gives me Kamara, Jordan Lewis vibes. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan Lewis ain't never live up to that, you know what I mean, to that one game where he just kind of chased around Kamara. That was almost like championship level shit for us. Like, boy, we found a way to beat Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara by taking Jordan Lewis and shutting down Alvin Kamara. You know what I mean? I think Israel Mukuamu, because he is a cornerback, technically. He is a corner. He just moved everywhere else. I think him shadowing George Kittle in passing situations, clearly, I think that'll be a big X factor for us. What you think, Will Steele?
Only because J-Ron's hurt.
So J-Ron's hurt, like he's gonna be out?
No, he'll play, but J-Ron's hurt. He has an MCL situation. Because J-Ron did this last year, and J-Ron was pretty much a tight end eraser. So I would, if J-Ron was J-Ron of last year, his body wasn't banged up, I wouldn't even think twice about it. Put J-Ron Curse on these big body tight ends like this because he was fantastic in man coverage against them. Now, I don't know that I trust him in man to chase these guys because he's not as physically, I won't say imposing. He's not as physically healthy as he was last year.
He's compromised. You know, he probably won't be able to get into a physical fight with George Kittle. You know, he can run around with a physical fight.
Well, actually, I'm going the other way. I don't want him running with him.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, I don't want him running with him because I watched him kind of get ran away from by Hockerson a couple times, right? I watched him get ran away from by the tight end in Goddard, right? Like he hasn't been covering tight ends as well from a man perspective. Zone, he's good because he understands where to be. He's smart. He's more experienced than a Mukuamu. But when you decide to go man, which again this could be a tell if we run it this way. Yes, I want Mukuamu running with George Kittle. Sure. The problem with their scheme, though, man, is
so
that
many dudes.
No, just George. Is that they don't really necessarily need to have him run down the field, right? To get him going, they'll have George just flat out read the coverage, turn around, get it to him right there, and boom, he's. I got a play here. I'll show you. George Kittle is just running with Yak.
Yeah, he has definitely been a Yak guy. Yeah, for sure, 100%, definitely a Yak guy.
Yeah.
Hey man, the shit stressful to think about. You know what I mean? Because you know, like I show respect to them dudes, and the fact that they are talented with the coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly feel like if the Cowboys beat this team, then they're probably going to beat the team that we got to play next week. I just think that the 49ers are the best team on this side. So if you could beat the 49ers, it'll probably be a harder fight than it would be versus Giants or Eagles. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we'll cross that road whenever we get there. But I do think Israel Mukuamu, because you're going to have to need every single little matchup that you're going to have to do. Because Christian McCaffrey going to have to be a dude that you deal with. Deebo Samuel's a dude you got to deal with. Brandon Ayuk as a receiver and a Yak guy is a guy that you got to deal with. Yeah. Even if they put Christian McCaffrey at wide receiver and fucking Elijah Mitchell run the ball, he's a dude that you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what happens, my guy. We'll see. Pull this film back up. I got one more thing. I want to show.
Film?
Yes, sir. One more thing I want to show.
There you go.
I appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Will still the best in the business. Chat. Can we get flames for Will still being the best in the business, please? Can we just please?
Can we get flames for one of the best in the business and Voch Lombardi?
Don't give me no flat.
Give him flames.
We say, come on, man. We just working out. Will still, this was my favorite play I saw on defense, bro. And I'm probably being hyperbolic. I probably had many favorite plays. Let's watch this in silencio, bro.
Oh, my God.
let's just watch this in silencio. We'll just come back and talk about it. You seen this play, Will?
Yeah,
I'm sure you seen.
Let me see if I could.
I'm sure you've seen it, man.
Oh, never mind. I thought this was this. Never mind. I thought something else.
This the Hankins sack, but I ain't even finna talk about the Hankins. I ain't talk about Hankins getting the sack. Like Hankins getting the sack might be the reason it happened. Let me just talk about something real quick. And I don't even know if this was on purpose. I'm just gonna talk about what I see. Right. First, I see Trevon Diggs isolated with a wide receiver from everybody else. Right. And then I'm just kind of looking and I say, okay, well, Donald gonna run with Lenny. Okay, that's cool. But then I just looked in this little bunch right here with what's going on with Julio and Chris Godwin and the tight end right here. This little bunch is interesting, right? Because Julio is gonna cross the formation or attempt to cross the formation, and he's just gonna run straight into Anthony Barr. And look, Anthony Barr don't do a whole bunch that I like, right? But Anthony Barr just kind of dealing with whoever's crossing, right? But I loved what we did to deal with Chris Godwin. Everybody just kind of focus on Chris Godwin for a second, knowing that he's one of Tom Brady's favorite guys, right? Chris Godwin's gonna get bumped by Van Der Esch, right? Then after that, Van Der Esch is gonna go play tight end or something. But then after he gets bumped by Van Der Esch, Deron Bland has his outside leverage and Israel Mukuamu has his inside leverage. And let me tell you why I love this. Because you took your talented dude and you put it on the talented dude. And then you took a whole bunch of other miscellaneous parts and you put them in spots and you said, just shut the rest of this shit down, right? Because as a passing threat, like Leonard Fournette, I can live with Donovan Wilson just kind of running around with Leonard Fournette as a passing threat, right? If Julio Jones going to be crossing the field, then cool. Just let Anthony Barr just run into him and just pray to God something happens to make that not be a thing. Thank God the pass rush got there. But I loved how we just took away Chris Godwin. Van Der Esch goes bump, bail out, and then we're just going to bracket him. I got Bland got one side. Israel got the other, right? And how does this work so fantastically? As I go to the cartel view, we got pass rushes. Will Steele. And look, I'm not calling Jonathan Hankins a pass rusher, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Look how swole Osa is standing over him. Look at how swole Osa is standing over other big people. He just stands out as a big swole person. Now, Will, that's my last play. You can go ahead and bring me back up. Now, Will, the 49ers are incredibly talented. But if two things work out for us Sunday, we win the game. If Dak is Dak, and if the pass rush is pass rush. If those two things happen, Will Steele, I have no worries about this game. If we can get that pass rush right to where they go, all right, well, we're going to put Trent and a running back on Micah Parsons, but Dante get off, or Dorrance get off, or D-Law finally, do something versus somebody that's not the Giants in the passing game, of course, because we know D-Law get busy in the run game, of course. But like, if we can get the pass rush going for real, and all this matters because Brock is a young boy, right? Brock is the young boy. If we get pass rush going, I feel good about what's gonna happen on defense. If Dak Prescott is what he was last week, who gonna beat the team? Who gonna beat us, Will Steele? Who gonna beat us? Like we said backstage, as far as the run game goes, man, look, that's all on Hankins, Chauncey, and Carlos, and D-Law or whatever. Do run game things, because I do think there is this world where you can get to Purdy and they go, fuck it, let's just run the football. And we're going to have to stop that in order to get the advantage back to deal with the young boy.
I'm about to say, I think this is the perfect game of pass rush is privilege.
Yes.
Because the 49ers ain't like a normal offense. The 49ers are going to set up a lot of shit from their run action.
Sure.
So I think you do have to have the privilege to pass rush, man, because they're going to run this thing, right?
Sure.
They're going to run it. So, we need Hankins and Osa and Golston and them boys to show up on Sunday. Have to.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, like I said, it goes back to Dak scoring. Because Dak scoring is what got Tampa Bay off of their groove, right? Because Tampa Bay was uncomfortable once Dak got going. Tampa Bay is not a team that can go fast game with you. 49ers are a team that can go fast game with you, but I'm focused on the idea that their quarterback is a young boy. That's my biggest thing in this thing, right? So if Dak gets up early and if we turn this into a back and forth thing, cool. They run the ball. Let's stop the run. Hey, let's let Micah exist somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Do that little thing with the young boy over there. Pass rush get going after you stop the run a few times. Say we get a stop. This ain't a game where we can like waste stops. If you can actually stop the 49ers, there should be this different level of urgency. Like, yo, bro, we got to score. Yo, we got to go score. If we stop them boys, yo, we got to go score. Because that's how you get to play your game. And your game is, all right, well, we've earned pass rush. Let's go let 11 get them, and let's go catch the ball when they throw it to us, and let's go put some more points on the board off of that turnover. That's Cowboy game right there. And am I confident that we can do that? Fucking right. It just got to, you know what I'm saying?
Two ways to get teams to stop running the ball, man. Literally stop them or score a whole bunch of damn points.
Score. And they'll stop after that. For sure. All right. We'll probably do a longer phone segment, Will, still, because we kind of did start at 3. Yeah. 350. You know what I'm saying? So if you got somewhere to go, send me a text. But I don't think it's gonna be a 5 o'clock show neither. Just just clarity or whatever. So we'll see. Let's get DJ on the phone. DJ said he was gonna pop in today and chat with us. What's up, DJ?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? How you doing, brother?
Coolin', my guy. Everything's everything. What you got for the show?
Just honestly, with everything and the way that it went out this past week, I am super excited to kind of see the matchup between basically this D line and this O line moving forward. Right. Because the biggest thing was, it looks like Tyron's not there yet. He's not what he was, but he's kind of getting the hang of it. He's progressed every single week. He kind of had a regression 2 weeks ago, but then on Monday he kind of jumped forward a whole lot. And he got very technical, like you were saying earlier. So just to see that between that and then, of course, Nick Bosa being as technical as he is,
sure.
If they do get matched up now, I think he'll be lined up on the other side mostly. But to see how he'll be lined up, and if they do get lined up, I would love to see that. Or like you were saying earlier, how Tyler just kind of outstrengths and goes like a bull through a china shop while Nick is trying to be technical. I'm really excited to kind of see that matchup there for sure. And then the last thing is, if we can move Micah around and get him to get Brock Purdy's clock sped up, I really want to see what his reaction is going to be. Because, he's got a little pressure here and there from what I've seen on the little bit that I've watched on him. But for the most part, there's nobody that's kind of consistently been there all day. And I think Micah has that ability, along with the other pass rushers. But Micah especially has the ability to kind of get everything going and just get that clock sped up a little bit, just to see. Because at the end of the day, he is Mr. Irrelevant.
Sure.
So if he doesn't crack, shouts out to him. But I think that's going to be a big part of it for him, for sure.
Sure. 100%, Mr. Wolf. Appreciate you, DJ. Good call, man.
Yes, sir.
And I will say, man, you know what I mean? Brock may be a better quarterback than Jimmy, but Jimmy been in these games before. Like he's been in these types of games before. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the game plan is gonna have to revolve around shaking Purdy. That just is what it is. Like Jimmy was one of them. Jimmy will go out there and be like, I'm trash and I know it, but I ain't gonna fuck this one up. You know what I mean? He's one of them kind of guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to see if you can go, shake the young boy. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we used to always say Jimmy gonna give you opportunity, right? But I think the difference between him and Brock is that Brock will make. He's a playmaker. Like whatever you want to say about him, he does make some plays, but.
Sure.
He also going to give you an opportunity. Seattle just didn't take advantage of those opportunities, but and his numbers aren't going to show that he's throwing a whole bunch of interceptions or anything like that. But he's a rookie. You're not always going to throw every ball is going to be perfect. He's going to put some in danger, and he did. He did that in that Seattle game. It just didn't come down with it, and if we don't come down, if the Cowboys don't come down with those opportunities, that could be massive because now you're giving them an extra down to get a first down, move the chains, potentially score. But if Dallas comes down with those opportunities, by the way, the number one turnover team in the league is the Dallas Cowboys. Now we cooking with some hot grease.
Yeah. Let me look at the 49ers' last few opponents here. Let me just look and see what's going on. Let me just look them up. So they got the Seahawks. Seahawks definitely ran out of magic points at the end there. The Cardinals, terrible. Jarrett Stidham's Raiders.
That game, Jarrett won. Now, if we're talking about Niners defense, a different story. Jarrett Stidham had a good game in that game.
Sure, 100%. The Washington Football Wizards, okay. The Seahawks again. The beloved Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay. We did similar things to them. Dolphins, okay. It was the Saints. They scored 13 on the Saints there. The Cardinals again. All right there, but that was Colt McCoy also. Okay, let's go back there.
All right. Brock's first game was against Tampa.
Okay, so it was against. Okay, cool. So it was against Tampa. Okay, but let me just keep going, just for the sake of just see what this defense has gone through. Let's see what their defense has dealt with. So they did play the Chargers, and on November 13th. Okay, cool. They played the Chargers there. Then they played the Rams, and Chiefs beat the shit out of them. Go ahead.
I think the Chargers at that point in time was still trying to get some guys back, if I'm not mistaken. The Chiefs was the let's be honest, the Chiefs the best offense they faced this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, right? And they dropped 44 on them.
Yeah, I'm just going down the list, Will. I ain't saying I'm just going down the list. And versus the Chargers, the best receivers in the Charger game from the Charger side was DeAndre Carter and Josh Palmer. So that is to your point, Will. Still, they were dealing with some injuries there to Mike Evans and Keenan Allen and all that. I just want to keep looking real. I just want to. Okay. Then in the Falcons game, that was early, right? So I'm only looking just to get an idea of the adversity that their defense has gone against, right? When their defense have run into some offenses, the handful of times that it did happen, it ain't happened a lot, but
you have a saying. You have a saying, and I think it does apply to this game. And that's with all due respect to their defense, because D'Amico Ryans is fantastic. They have, for Warner All-Pro, Bosa All-Pro, right? But a lot of the times for Dallas is really about Dallas. And I say this all the time. If Kellen comes to the game with the bag that works, it's about Dallas.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you got to block guys, right? You can't turn the ball over, things like that. But I seen Geno make some plays. I seen Stidham make some plays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Colt McCoy makes a play.
I don't know about. I think they had the other quarterback in there in this last matchup. But there's opportunities in that secondary. There is.
David Blah. No, I ain't watched that game. I ain't see David Blah. I ain't see him. But listen, man, chat. Man, and look, shouts out to 49ers fans, man. They can walk around and they can do whatever they want. Like they like don't spam my chat. Like keep it football, please. Like keep it football and have something to say when you say it. Like don't just take up space, just be taking it up.
Whoa.
But I don't want people walking around thinking that these teams are unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? Every team has a thing that makes them tick. And I just think sometimes Cowboy fans in particular, they're so busy looking at the other team that they don't think about their own superpowers. You know what I'm saying? So, trust your guys. And if I can say anything about this team that I've noticed from this Cowboys team is that, they play down they play down to their competition, but when it's time to man up, they play the big boys properly. You know what I'm saying? So if they can bring that big boy fight, if we do this 3 more times, we own to something. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to live and die by 4. And if that defense can do 3 more times what they did last week, I got confidence in them. I got confidence in them, Will, still, but I'll get back into my phones. I won't be bold proclamation guy today. I can do that tomorrow, but we'll get into it. Let's go Major. I ain't heard from Major in a minute. What's up, Major?
What's up, Voch? What's up, Will?
Cool.
What's good?
What you got for the show?
Yes, sir. Hey, I just want to say, first off, man, big shout out to y'all, man, for all the work y'all put in this last weekend.
Appreciate you.
That was huge. Our energy, we definitely felt throughout Dallas, so we appreciate y'all. But you might have to take Voch Lombardi live back on the road this weekend, bro.
So yo look, Will Steele. Somebody said, I think Rod Trapp said it. It was like, Voch, like every time you don't go live, we end up going crazy in that game. So you might want to not go live this game. And it might be facts. I might hit the road.
I'm a little stitious. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting that way. Go ahead, though, Major.
Yeah, yeah. So I just some quick points on San Fran. I just feel like it's the difference between last year, the game that's going to be huge here, and y'all kind of already hit on a few of them. First, Micah don't have COVID, and you can kind of tell with just how he was getting pressure in the Tampa Bay game. Like he looked like the early season Micah instead of the later part. So I think that's really huge here, just having him have the energy and pressure to just get on the quarterback. That's going to be big on Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you already hit the Tyron at right tackle and Tyler at left tackle. I think that's going to be huge too.
Yeah.
That just gives us a little bit more beef on the offensive line to do what we need to do there. That coming off a big playoff game where he was on fire. I think last year Dak was coming off that L. A lot of everybody was doubting him. Everybody felt like he was nervous about the game, and maybe that he didn't have that right type of fire he needed
against Philly.
That he needed to have for this game. So, go ahead.
Yeah, they actually won in Philly before they played the Niners.
Oh yeah, they did. They did. You're right. My bad. But you're right. And then our secondary is better than what it was last year. I think like with how Izzy, Bland, and Diggs without the tackling is playing, I think that's a lot better than what we had on the field last year. Even though their receivers didn't really go off like that on the game last year, I think this year we'll just do a little bit better with getting pressure with 4 and dropping everybody back. And TP getting touches, I think that's going to be a big difference here. As long as we use TP like that, because we ain't used TP at all last year. And I mean, San Fran just really think they shut him down, but just Kellen Moore just didn't. He just didn't care for TP. So I don't know if it's just because he's on his contract year, they trying to run him into the ground. But hey, if that's gonna lead us to getting the Super Bowl, then that's huge. And I think the biggest thing is the penalties, man. Like last year we had 14 penalties.
Yep.
89 yards. That's bad. That's horrible. We're not gonna win games like that. Compared to Tampa, we only had 2 for 15. So if we can play a clean game like that, our linebackers can shed blocks and make tackles. Then I feel real good about this San Fran game. I just feel like the pressure Michael's gonna get is gonna force Purdy to make a lot of bad decisions, and we just gotta capitalize on that and just score points. And before you know it, we're gonna unleash the dogs. We're going to I don't care who we go to, Link, whatever they Giants. It don't matter, bro. We're going all the way. That's all I had, bro. You can elaborate on anything you want to, bro. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Major. Good call, man. And look, Will Steele, let me tell you something, man. Like it's almost like you could tell when Cowboy Nation kind of like you could tell where like what certain thoughts and opinions come from with Cowboy Nation. And once upon a time, no matter how good Tony was, there was always this Zeke hive that'll just be existing. Right?
Oh, they came out this morning, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, bro, like y'all gotta sit down somewhere, bro. Like, y'all have got to sit down somewhere, bro. Like, I went back and watched the film. So I watched offensive line last night on Patreon. I got up and I watched, just the offense in general this morning, man. And Tony Pollard, bro, just whenever he get the ball, he just looked different, right? He looked different, Will Steele. And Tony, I remember when Zeke had this ability, right? To where when Zeke when it wasn't blocked very well, and Zeke it'll be not blocked for a -1, Zeke would power his way into a -2.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen Zeke do that in a long time. Mm-hmm. But I see Tony doing that now. Like Tony's not a scat back. Tony's not a gadget dude. You know what I mean? Tony runs with power too. Tony keeps his feet moving. Tony navigates. Tony, gets it. But when he finds whatever little crease he finds, he bursts. And when he burst, it could go 5 yards. It can go 60, bro. It could go 5 and it can go 60, bro. I don't even think this should even be a conversation no more. Like I said yesterday, I wish Zeke could just be the bigger man, like, yo, coach, yeah, man, look, like, don't pull him out the game like forever. Like, let me get some reps or whatever. But like, man, let me just let Tony go, or at least let Tony get the first 3 series and let me do Joe Randall duty. Let me get every third or whatever.
Just flat out, he needs to be the reserve. He needs to be the guy that gives Tony, hey, tap my hat on the head, my tap my hand on my hat. I need a break here, and that's when Z comes in, or third down, not even really just third down, but short yardage and goal line. That should be his role.
Yeah.
And because we're at the point now, it's not the regular season anymore. Regular season, 50-50, so everybody can save him for the playoffs and whatnot. I don't know how you watched that game and came away with, we should use Zeke more.
Yeah.
No
Fair
way.
enough, man.
No way.
Will, it's so funny. I just been watching the 49ers fans just in the chat, just whatever. And it's like, at the first beginning when we first started talking, like they would have a bunch of like meaningless banter. Like, oh, we gonna win. Bang, bang. Boy, wait till y'all whatever. But when I mentioned all the bad teams that they played, like that's when they started explaining it, you know what I'm saying? They started giving context. They started to talk a little bit more. And all the sentences just changed. Like they went from meaningless banter to, well, Voch, what happened here is don't explain shit to me. Stay, keep doing what you're doing. David Blau, Cole McCoy, Eugene Smith. Now they want to explain. I had to go to week 3 to find an offense that was worth a damn. Now they want to explain. Bye. Fuck off. See, y'all, this is the problem. Y'all think you're terrorists. And y'all think you're coming in here bothering somebody. We're going to come in here and bother Voch. I'm just trying to run a show. I work for the Volume. Me and Will still trying to get yachts and houses. You know what I'm saying? We trying to mind our business, man. They come in here. Voch, you scared of the Niners. Zeke scared of the Niners. Dak scared of the Niners. And I said, well, was Jerry Stidham scared of the Niners? Well, Voch, it was a field goal. It wasn't necessarily, see, Voch, it was Josh Jacobs for real, Voch. Sir, leave your contacts over there. You good, man. Let's get back into the phone. We ain't doing nothing else. Let's get Chris. We don't wipe the 304s. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, what's going on, Voch?
Man, cooling over here, staying away from these 304. You already know, man. You already know, bro.
Oh, well, you got to do that.
Of course,
you can't get involved with those.
Of course, sir.
With those individuals.
100%, sir. What you got for the show?
So, I'm sorry. One thing that I noticed is like going forward in the next 5 to 7 years. I know we're living in the present right now, but this team is set up for success. Like, this is just the beginning when you really think about it. Like, you look at all the players that they have on this team, CD, Trevon, Micah, the draft class that they just had, along with, like, all the other guys. Like, what this front office has done with not just drafting these guys, but developing them, I know we give them a lot of shit, and, there were a few moves that rightfully so, but they built, like, a roster that can contend for years to come.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just contend Sunday. We start talking about years.
Where, they just go and they're just bad the next year.
Yeah.
I mean, but hadn't that been the case for the last decade, though? Like, Dallas ain't never really been bad in back-to-back years unless they got injured. For, 27 years, they've been good, bad, good, bad. So we want to see them.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's, different because I just believe in Force so much. Like, I like Tony, but I don't know. I just think that the culture that they built with Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott as a quarterback, I just think it's different than those years.
Okay.
Well, we gotta contend for years before we say they can contend for years. Let's do that first, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And then last point before I get out of here. The one play, I know Dak had a fantastic game the other day, but the one play that really stood out to me wasn't any of the touchdowns he threw. It was, I believe, that second down where he dove face first to try and pick up extra yardage. Like, that to me was my favorite play from the other day because that really showed everybody on the team. They knew it already, but that showed them, Dak's not fucking around.
Right. 100%. Hey, man, Dak was talking about this also. Well, Jerry was talking about this about Dak. Appreciate you, Chris. He was saying that, and look, I hate listening to Jerry nowadays. Back then, I used to love listening to him, but I was just driving from Dallas and I had shit else to do. But Jerry was saying, hey, man, when it's a regular season and, you coming off injury, yeah, Dak may be a little more apprehensive to run the football and dive and put it on the line. But, when it's playoffs, ain't no tomorrow for real. So I do think Dak. Jerry Jones said that, yeah.
No, Dak said that. as well.
Oh, Dak also said that. Okay, cool, perfect. But yeah, like there's no tomorrow. Like there's nothing else to, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, put some ice on it, and hey, now look, still slide, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But you know, because we need you for the next two, assuming. But I think running Dak brings another element to this because Dak.
God, yes.
What's so good about it is that Dak don't run enough for you to have to defend it. Right, like he don't run like Jalen Hurts to where you go into a game thinking, okay, I gotta stop Dak's legs. So when Dak does decide to run, he's most likely hitting you for something important because you're not anticipating. You're anticipating Dak beating you in the air, and I kind of like that about it a little bit. Did you have something on that, Will? Still,
it's the same thing I've been saying since we started this show. When Dak Prescott incorporates his legs, whether it be scrambling or design, it takes his game to another level. It makes him more dangerous. Like that's why we all fell in love, but that's why we were like, man, this kid got something to him because he can do so many different things for you. And then it felt like they snuffed his legs out. Then he got hurt. And it was like, all right, you took away an element of the offense that made it difficult for defenses. But not in that Bucks game, Dak was running. Fans in here is crazy, man.
When Dak was having contract disputes, wasn't y'all Photoshop him in a 49er uniform? Can somebody explain that to me? But all of a sudden,
oh, I got you.
But all of a sudden, oh, you was just saying, oh, but back in the day, you okay, but not okay. I got you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. No, it's not all right. It's not all right. It's not all right. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna mind my business, man. I'm just a content creator, content boy. But y'all boys, y'all boys funny. Did you want me to move on to the phones, Will? Still?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go. You do something like that. All right, let's get Lex on the phone. What up, Lex?
What's up? How you doing, brother?
Cool and big dog. What you got for the show?
What's up, Will? Will, what's going down, brother?
What's good, man?
All right. Yeah, man. Pretty much, man. I just wanted to let you guys know y'all doing an excellent job on the show, both of you guys, and tune in every time I get a chance. I have two things I want to say. One of them is we have some scared ass fans down here in the Triple D, man. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah.
They don't have no backbone or nothing. So I mean, you're scared, go to church. Right. We don't have chicken noodle soup in our blood down here in no cliff, man. We come hard. So y'all quit being so scared.
No.
The other thing I want to say is that number 11. I don't know if you guys are movie guru guys or not, but the movie called No Country for Old Men.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great movie.
Micah Parsons had that alter ego of the main character running around with that little air gun.
That snuff.
Everybody was terrified of it.
Snuffing dudes out with that motherfucker.
He even had a coin, and he flipped a coin, and people were scared to flip the coin because they knew what time it was. So San Fran better watch out for that dude, man. They better watch out. I'm gonna call a Super Bowl right now. It's gonna be Diggs on Diggs. Dallas versus Buffalo Bills Part 3. Dallas versus Buffalo Bills Part 3.
Wow.
And once again, man, thank y'all for having me on for my little time. Y'all have a good one, man. I'll holler at y'all the next.
Appreciate it, Les. Good call, man. Good call. Let's keep this thing moving. Will still every time I say a little bit of anything, it just I get more and more context from it. Man, y'all know y'all wanted Dak on the team, man. Like, bro, like I can go find Reddit forums about 49ers fans just hoping that Dak Prescott gets sent to free agency, bro. And the best part about it, Will, still is Dak Prescott now is better than he was then, sir. So come on, man. Y'all just can't come out here with it.
Bro, if they had Dak in that, I mean, you're talking about MVP level of play. Like production, I should say. Shanahan is that damn good.
He's that good, man. He's that good. But I can get him respect, though. I don't mind giving them boys respect, man. But look though, watch my edit guys at the volume. I'm up here trying to be relatively diplomatic, but they're gonna pull all the bold shit I said about 49ers. They're gonna put that shit out in the highlight tape. But we'll see. Voch guarantees a W. Come on, man. What's up, Steve?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Cool and Playboy. What you got for the show?
Hey, just wanted to start out with just a little bit of like a head scratcher. I don't know if you guys listened to Bones Fossil's press conference, but he was saying that he's never seen it before where the ref was kicking away the grass marker that the holder had for Maher to mark his spot, and for every one of those kicks that they were missing, the ref kept coming over there and kicking it away. So I think that's some bullshit because I mean, he said straight up in all the years he's been in football, he's never seen that before. He's never had a referee tell them that before. So that's kind of like, you know, what the hell. I'm not going to say anything other than that. That's just kind of, you know, some of the bullshit we got to contend with. Kind of like last year, Trent Williams could have been called for false start on every damn play because he kept kicking his leg before the ball was even snapped.
Sure.
But that said, we know we have to deal with that stuff. The team that gave the 49ers down the stretch once Purdy was in there the hardest time was the Raiders. How did the Raiders do that? With pressure. The thing is the Raiders don't have the players that we have. They can't keep up that constant pressure. They don't have a Micah Parsons. They don't have, you know, anyone that's going to just keep pressure all day on them. So
all due respect to Max Crosby.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Max Crosby is not any Micah Parsons.
Well, I meant that as Max Crosby's a problem, but we'll go ahead.
Yeah, good player. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm saying he is a problem. There was no shade towards him. I was saying, but at the same time, he's not Micah Parsons.
Okay.
That motherfucker good though. But yeah. I mean, he's not, but that motherfucker good still. But yeah, I got you. We got it.
Yeah, he's good, but you know, he doesn't have the surrounding cast
as fuck. Like Max could play, but yeah, he ain't Micah for sure.
He ain't got the surrounding. You got that part damn right. He ain't got the surrounding.
Sure. He ain't got the surrounding. That's the thing. Sure. Cleveland Farrell's over there. Yeah, that's different.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, shit, he had Jonathan Hankins over there with him and shit. They got Jonathan Hankins, but they weren't playing.
They do got Chandler Jones too.
They got Chandler. Yeah, they do got Chandler Jones.
He got his little sack on TV12 too. So, hey,
they do got a little surrounded over there. Got a little surrounded. Boy, Steve, you got us thinking today, man. Let's look at the Raiders real quick.
They went outside a bunch of dudes. But,
yeah. They gave the 49ers all they could handle. So I'm not want to be.
Didn't they have David Irvin too?
Oh no,
to some shit.
49ers, you know.
Andrew Billings can play, man. Hold up, man.
If we had an actual Niner fan that's not in here doing weird stuff, I would love to talk to one to kind of just pick their brains on, because the fans that I enjoy are the ones that come in. Obviously, they can talk their shit, but are realistic and understand that ain't nobody impossible to beat. So I always say, well, what is the strength of your team and what is the weakness of your team that you think could get you beat? And I could tell right there if they one of them fans that I can have a conversation with.
You know, you need Law Nation brother. Law Nation brother's a real even Saints fan. I mean, not Saints fan. 49ers fan. He's an even 49ers fan to talk to. He's a good. Appreciate you though, Steve. Good call, bro.
Can I say one more thing?
Please.
The 49ers also, they didn't have to contend with the Giants twice. They didn't have to contend with the Eagles twice. And they didn't have to contend with a tough Washington team twice. They had their piddly little NFC West. And their teams, their schedule ended up being a bunch of cream puffs, you know. So we'll see what they got.
Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. I will say, yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks on that. I will say, going into the season, like the NFC West did kind of get that automatic nod, like they was going to be one of the best divisions in football, them along with the AFC West. But boy, both them divisions just kind of.
Yeah, for years the NFC West was just, you know, super tough, but this year it just didn't work out that way. But I wouldn't really, in my opinion, I wouldn't take too much into that, because there's certain teams that they're just who they are, their identities, their DNA, and the Niners, they could play in any division. They're going to be who they be, right? So they're going to be a tough out. There's no doubt about it. I respect them.
For sure.
But Devontae Adams had 153 yards, though. I'm taking a look at here.
Yeah. Ooh,
Listen,
man, me and Will still not above saying that a team is a good team or a player is a good player. When we talk shit, We laughing at y'all goofy ass. we laughing at the team. We making fun of y'all. So, it's cool. It is what it is. Let's get Reek on the phone. Let's start to put some legs on this. It is 4:35. Let's put some legs on this. What up, Reek?
Hey, what's going on?
Cooling, bro. We cooling, brother. What you got for the show?
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it ain't game day yet. Hey, man, I'm not afraid of these 49ers. I'm not afraid of these 49ers on the simple fact that last year, we worked against ourselves in that playoff game against them last year by not having Tony Pollard out there, first of all, and at the same time making dumb penalties. We still almost won the damn game. If Dak had a minute left on the damn clock, we'd have came down there and scored on their ass. Yeah. And can't nobody tell me nothing different. Yeah. This year, I really believe that I see a different fire in Dak. You know what I mean? Me seeing Dak frustrated about the missed extra points, I like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I really like that because that showed me that he cares and he really cares. And he understands that this is the window to do it now. And a couple other players need to understand that too, like D-Law. D-Law needs to understand that. I'm going to need D-Law to bring it this game. You know what I'm saying? I know you got a messed up foot and all that, but this is one of those games that you got to stand all the way up for. You know what I mean? You really got to bring it. Yeah, you know what I mean? You got to bring it to this rookie quarterback and his team. They got a great team over there. You know what I mean? But I think we are a seasoned team, and I think that we can beat these guys. You know what I mean? We owe them one.
Sure.
But other than that, I'm not going into this game afraid. They got a good team, but I think we better. So, all right, that's all I got to say about that.
Appreciate you, Reek. Good call, man. Now, Will Steele, what I'm about to say doesn't apply to Reek necessarily because I know how he thinks, right? So I'm not talking to Reek in particular right now. I'm just talking to the general whatever. There are some people that think Dak just rolled out the bed and just had his first good game last Sunday, and that's interesting. Well, last Monday. Like, Dak's been that guy to me. Dak's been that guy to me, and Dak's
it's the media coverage. It's poor.
Yeah.
It's poor.
Shouts out to my guy Cardo, man. Y'all go over there, check him out. He hit 10K today, Space Cowboy. Shouts out to him. But he played a little bit like he was talking shit. Me and you talked about it. He was talking about Joy Taylor and your man's or whatever, right? And they still add these caveats to it. You know what I mean? Which is interesting. And I said this yesterday. Dak is the only player that's considered average. And those people, the people that consider him average, give him Super Bowl expectations, right? And some in particular in that clip that Cardo played, Joy Taylor said, well, everybody expects Dak to take the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. But my thing is, you don't.
Right. She literally says it every time. I don't expect that.
Right. So you can't say everybody expects the Cowboys to be a Super Bowl team. When literally 75% of the panel don't. You know what I mean? 75% of the panel don't feel like that, whatever.
Let's be honest. All of them. They all picked against them.
Sure, 100%. So in my mind, in one breath, you're gonna be like, oh, well, I don't think that, I think Dak Prescott is just blah, 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 blah. And I think Tampa Bay is gonna beat him, right? They'll come out and say, oh, and I think Tampa Bay is gonna beat him. They don't give you like a tangible reason. They just say, oh, I think the Cowboys are just gonna do Cowboy things. Whatever the fuck that means. I think the Cowboys are just going to do Cowboy things. And I don't think Dak Prescott's going to be good enough to win this playoff game. I got Tom Brady winning. So when you not only win, but you beat the shit out of him, oh, well, you're supposed to be Tom Brady. You're supposed to be that team. You're just supposed to be that team. Right? Which goes back to my tweet from yesterday, and I'm moving on to the phone after this. Two teams that barely beat Tyler Huntley and barely beat Skylar Thompson, who I'd never even heard of. A draft guy I never even heard of. You can barely beat those teams. You get respect for the playoff win. But you can beat the dog shit out of Tom Brady. And you were supposed to win that game.
And Todd Bowles.
And fucking Todd Bowles, man. Come on, son. It's crazy to me. And look, I don't listen to Undisputed, right? But when the Cowboys win, I do the rounds. I want to listen to everybody. But Shannon Sharp made an interesting point that made me go, Byron Leftwich didn't just roll out the bed being trash. Like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that we respected. Yes, Bruce Arians was the head coach of those teams. But Byron Leftwich was calling them plays. All of a sudden, he's just some coach that we just beat the shit out of it. We were just supposed to beat the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Give you guys some respect, man. Give you guys some respect. I don't expect these 49ers fans in the chat to do it or whatever, but Cowboy fans, I'm talking to y'all right now. Give you guys some respect. Let's get Matt from East Texas on the phone. What's up, Matt?
What's going on, boys? What's going on, Scott?
Cool and Playboy.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, I heard you say earlier what your keys to the game would be the pass rush, and actually slipped my mind the other point. You said, I think, Dak Prescott being Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
But I think one of the bigger things is the opposite linebacker to Leighton Vander Esch. I know Anthony Barr played a lot the other day in the game, but I think if you put Damone Clark there, because Barr doesn't really impress me with his instinctual
he played well though
eyes or reading runs. So I think if you put somebody that's more athletic, quicker, probably tackles a little better than someone like Clark in that position, and let LVE just, help him, assist him and what to read, where to go. I think that would be a better outcome.
Real fast though, Matt. First of all, Anthony Barr played a damn good game.
Played a good game against Tampa.
I don't even remember Damone Clark playing. Like I don't even remember him kind of standing out.
He didn't play a snap. Luke Gifford got more snaps than he did.
I wonder what the fuck happened to him. But hey, either way, Anthony Barr played well. Vander Esch played fantastically. Micah Parsons got some reps at linebacker, also kind of rotated in a little bit too. So
I don't
know.
Maybe some conversation for next year, but I don't know. I actually think Barr might be. I know it sounds crazy because he was having some trouble towards the end of the year, but he played his role very. Again, that play you played, I forgot to say this. I tweeted about it. The defense was moving as one all night. It felt like, and that included Anthony Barr. And I wonder if that just has to do with him and his being a veteran. Whereas Damone Clark, over the last month of the season, we love his athleticism, we love his youth. But it was clear on film, right, that he had trouble figuring things out with LVE out of the lineup at that time. So now do you want to insert him back in a do-or-die game where he's still figuring it out and Anthony Barr kind of has it down pat? That's a tricky situation right there.
I would have to ask one question. I know when the game we just played, it was predominantly passing. But what would you grade his running fits? Because I don't have all 22. So what would you grade his running fits?
Oh, he's a thumper. He's a come down and meet you at the line of scrimmage guy. I think this is his type of game. I don't actually like Barr in coverage. I was impressed with him in coverage and impressed with his awareness, but I'd much rather Barr be coming forward. I think he does that well enough. But the Niners do a lot of things that get your eyes moving, and all of our linebackers struggle with that. Nobody deals very well with that in general.
Sure. All right, man. Appreciate
you. I'm just in love with his athleticism. That's all it really is.
Yeah, we are in love with Damone Clark's. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Plus, with this, I appreciate you, man. Good call. Plus, with this offense that we about to run into, man, you might want the veteran here. You know what I'm saying? You might want the veteran to be around to do veteran things against this particular, offense that we going up against. So
yeah, it's. I don't think there's a clean answer here between Clark and Barr. Right. But like you said, Barr's just his veteran. I don't want to say leadership, but his veteran awareness might come in handy here. And if DQ is going to play games, you probably want to play games with a guy that's been around the league than the rookie.
Sure. Plus, it just seems like Vander Esch is just like he just like evens the whole thing out. Like if it's Barr and Clark, that may be a bad combo. But I think anybody with Vander Esch makes the linebacker group a little bit better.
Yeah, that's what the goal was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Lamont, what's happening?
What's going on, fellas?
Cool and Playboy. What you got for the show?
So, I ain't trying to be that cocky Cowboy fan, bro. But I ain't even gonna lie, bro. We finna whoop they ass this coming up weekend, bro. Like, you don't understand, bro. We got so much revenge to get back on these boys. They embarrassed us last year. And Mike McCarthy better show that film over and over and over until they get sick and tired of watching it. And he better show it again because we finna show our asses out in San Fran and we finna beat their ass 37-15. That's all I got to say. Y'all boys have a good night.
I don't know, but I appreciate you though. I appreciate the call. And look, if that happens, then shit, you was right, and I'm going to jail because shit, if that I'm running around somewhere. You hear me? But, but shouts out to you, bro.
We blow 2 teams out back to back. I swear, y'all better
It's
not
not
say nothing.
Where do they keep the bail money to get me out? They're gonna need so much. What you boy, look, they gonna have to file this shit on their taxes when they bail me out the goddamn jail. It's gonna cost so much money.
I fully expect this to be a fight, but if it's a damn blowout,
hey, Will, what if sorry, Alex, what if the Eagles get beat by the Giants? Do you think that like puts like extra fire under the Cowboys?
Absolutely. That's why I mean, listen, I hate the Eagles in general, right?
Of course.
But if the Giants win, that means you're playing to play at home.
At the house.
Come on, man. Come on.
And then it's the Giants. Like, I just feel good about that team anyway, too. Like, yo, like at that point, if the Giants win that game, you gotta go, motherfucker. If we get through this,
right,
February, you know what I'm saying? But one week at a time. I can say this. The team can't, you know what I mean? The team shouldn't do this. The team should go week by week. I'm doing commentary. I can say shit like this, bro.
But I 100% guarantee you, if that happens, yes, they will be thinking about that. Like, yo, if we win, we at the crib.
It's a home game versus the Giants, bro. And just think about our
championship game.
Our confidence versus the Giants in general already. But a home game versus the Giants for the bowl. Alex, please, man, call your Eagles people and tell them beat them, dog. Because I don't even want that. I don't want that feeling in my body, sir. I don't even want to feel that good. I don't even want to feel that good. Please just beat the Giants, bro. Let's get Uncle Charlie on the phone. What's up, Uncle?
What's happening? What's happening, Kings?
Cooling. Now, listen, I know versus the Washington game, you was a little down. You know what I mean? You was a little upset, about the team and its output, but I can understand that. You know what I mean? But do you at least
pissed, bro?
He was mad. He called all us mad. But
damn.
do you at least feel better about what your Dallas Cowboys did versus the Buccaneers in the playoffs, sir?
I'm gonna say this. A long time ago, I was leaving the Cowboy Nation.
Okay.
But every show I go on, I always say that Voch Lombardi, Skywalker Steele, Law Nation, Big Game James, they brought me back. I always mention your name, whether they want me to mention your name on their show or not. Well, we don't know them over there. I'll tell you what, you can't do nothing about it. You know why? Because you're over there and I'm over here.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you real quick because I know you got time. Let me tell you something. I know you're running out of time. Let me tell you something. They put it out here all week that we couldn't beat Tom Brady. Mr. I let out the football, Mr. GOAT himself. Yeah. But I said, if you're 20-something in run defense and 20-something in pass defense, if we came with our A game, we at least had a chance. But it was always that Tom Brady effect. Why? Because the referees, he always working the referee, he always get special favors. Well, the special favors ran out. You can't follow the yellow brick road this time, Brady. And if you do retire, we'll be the one that retired you. Once you retire legend, you become one. Let me explain something to you real quick. You put it out here all week that we weren't going to beat Brady. Oh, that's fair. Some Cowboy fans will believe that until the game was over and they got a mud hole stumped in their back. Then, what did they say? Oh, well, they wasn't a good team. Make up your damn mind. Either we was going to beat them or we wasn't going to beat them. But we did. Right. Let me give you my Super Bowl prediction. The Giants is going to go in there and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to beat them 23-20. And you know why they're going to beat them? Because I went over to the Eagles podcast, and they are scared to death of the Giants. Scared to death. We're going to beat the 49ers. Why? Because while I was drinking on a fifth of Marlowe grape, I noticed something in the Seattle game that a lot of folks didn't notice. The 49ers defense cannot handle the deep ball. They can't handle it. Now, if I know that and I was almost drunk and illegal to drive a car, why didn't nobody else know that? They can't handle deep crosses, C.D. Lamb, a.k.a. T.Y. Hilton. The Cowboys will beat the 49ers 24-20, and the Giants will have to come to Texas Stadium, come to Arlington. And we're going to beat them, and we're going to play the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. Why? Because in 92, it was the highest rated Super Bowl ever. 102,000 people. No seats empty. You going with the highest rated Super Bowl, them the highest rated team. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. And all I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? So don't you worry, Bosh, and don't you worry, Skywalker. Keep giving out the content you're giving out. Why? Because people are going to come over and listen to you because it's real and it's with love and caring. And you're not going to tell us no lie. And that's why you where you at right now, at the top of your game. And that's all I got to say, player.
Appreciate you, Unc. Fantastic call. Fantastic call. Man, Will, like people always talk like, like the league is rigged and all that. Let me tell you how the league's not rigged. Because the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl every year because could you imagine what those numbers would do?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking everybody, them probably be the biggest. I don't know what network gets it. Like, is it what like CBS or something? Like it's gonna be NBC or something?
Whoever gets it this year. They switch
whoever gets it, a Cowboys Super Bowl gets you the biggest ratings of the past 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I'm saying? How do I know this? Because a fucking week 13 game can break the record. So I know a Super Bowl will. You know what I mean? So that's just, but well, still, man, you just put something on my mind, man, with the whole, what if the Giants win? And the Giants played Saturday, right? The Giants played the Eagles Saturday.
They played before the Cowboys. That's why it's like, everybody talking about this whole rest thing. Yeah, it sucks. It is what it is. But once that kickoff start, nobody thinking about, they got 2.5 days, over us and none of that. And then if the Giants win, that's an extra, dopamine shot. You know what I mean?
Sure. 100%, Mr. Wolf. You want some rest? Win the goddamn conference championship game. You get a week.
Exactly.
Rest then, motherfucker. It ain't fair, but it is what it is. 530. Quickly, we run out of time. What's up? Who this?
What's up? My name is Daniel. I'll make it quick.
What's up, Daniel?
So,
what you got? Go ahead.
I feel like our defense changed after we played the Eagles at the beginning of the season, right? They started figuring out like the fix, or they would make Micah kind of hesitate and choose if he was going to kind of cover back or rush. And a couple of extra teams started copying that. And then we saw Micah kind of put as a full-time defensive end edge rusher. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. And now that we're in playoffs, you're seeing him starting being placed all over the field. And I think if teams want to even try to compete with our defense right now, they need to look back at like week 1 or week 2 things, not like what we've been doing against Washington Wizards or Eagles most recently.
I don't agree. Micah has been playing a ton of defense end all year. And when you say that teams copied the Eagles game, there was no other team on the schedule that had a quarterback that could do that. So I don't necessarily agree with that. But, yeah, I'm all about moving Micah around. I agree with that. I'm always on that train. Move that motherfucker around all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also think injuries is another reason why your defense kind of got banged up or got a little changed, right? Like you lost so many key players.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Daniel. Good call, man. I appreciate you, man. Good call, Daniel. Good call. You know what I'm saying? We ain't get platinum necessarily, but shit, good call. Appreciate it. Hey, Will, still, I just hopped in the chat, bro. I just had just a random thought. You ever been with a chick that's so used to like trauma? Like she just so used to fighting with her boyfriend. Like every dude from now on, she wish she got to argue with him about something just to get that fulfillment. Me and you was saying good things about the 49ers, right? The 49ers fans just walked in here. Say something bad so we can hold you accountable for saying something bad when we beat you. I'm like, bro, man, relax, man. Chill out, bro. It's Wednesday, dog. We got like 3 more days, dog. Just hang tight, man. Just take a nap, big dog. Let's get some supers in here, man. Also, too, there were some people saying unlock the phone. That I'm Voch, you over there ducking smoke, boy. Unlock the phone.
They must be new here.
Yeah, you're new here. They're brand new here. But Will Steele, I tell you what, they can say what they want to. Got about 1,500 on the Wednesday. Okay. Welcome, motherfuckers.
They here. They in that Bang Bang Niner Game podcast or whatever.
Welcome. It was one of them in there like, shit, we got more people in the chat than y'all. We got more Niners fans here than Cowboys fans. That ain't true, but if you want to feel that way, please. And come back tomorrow. I do a show Friday. Y'all want to come back Friday? I would do a show Friday. I will go live by myself and just let y'all call in. And just let y'all talk. I'm not doing all that shit. Fuck it. I'm off Friday. I ain't doing that shit. Do it shit. So go to your own pod. Let's get some supers. On the volume side. Boom, boom, boom. On the volume side today, the 18th. That's the other show. All right, Josh Rander dropped a dime in the super chat, says, there are as many 49ers in the volume chat as there are Cowboys. I love that. Let me see how many people in the volume chat. No, I got to come over here. It's 460 people in the volume chat. I don't know, because we was doing numbers like that before 49er weeks. I don't know, but I'll listen to your story. Love that. All you 49ers need to stick around for draft talk. It starts right at the Cowboys Super Bowl win. Thank you, Josh Rander. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, if y'all are 49ers fans, y'all don't want to be miserable your whole life, I do break down draft. So if y'all into draft, come tap in with me. A lot of y'all know that. Y'all seen the what's my boy? The D tackle that came out with Derrick Brown when we drafted CeeDee Lamb that year.
Oh yeah,
Kinlaw.
Yeah,
Kinlaw. That was when I got a lot of 49ers following around that time, doing the Kinlaw film sessions or doing the Brandon Ayuk film sessions on the Patreon there. So I'm familiar with y'all. Tap in. Marcus Harrison about to get canceled. Guillotine 06 drop 5 says, which D lineman do we dress? Which do we sit?
Just saw that.
I think you prioritize run stopping, right? So Galmore got to sit down again.
We had this conversation yesterday. I don't even know if you change anything.
You don't change a goddamn thing,
which is crazy. But I mean, maybe you consider Bosa or not Bosa. Maybe you consider Bohanna, the Bows.
Bohanna.
Maybe you consider Bohanna because he's another big one techie guy. But I don't know who you sit for that.
Who do you sit? Because you got to run Osa, you got to run Carlos, you got to run.
I ain't even looking at the D line no more. Like I'm thinking like other positions. Is it a DB? Is it a tackle? Is it like who do you sit? And it's not like Bo was on the practice squad, so you got to sit.
Sam maybe.
No,
I'm right, but that's the length that we going to, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the length, and it can't be one of your kicking team guys because they're tied in the kicking team. So it got to be a guy.
I don't know who. Josh Ball.
Corner. Get Josh Ball out of here. You can cut him from the whole team. Fuck that. Get him out of here.
If they got another call up for Avion Collins, or is Avion signed? Is he signed to the roster already?
Avion,
because if I would sit Josh Ball, call up Collins, and roll with. Oh, you know what though? Peters got hurt. Damn.
Yeah. We fucking need Avion. All right, man. Let's move on. Appreciate it though.
They might need Ball. I need the extra body just in case.
If Josh Ball in the game, bro, I force it, just get Dak out of there, so we can live to play week 1, dog.
Oh shit!
Get up out of there. Guillotine also says, can you break down Niners versus Raiders to see how Stidham attacked the Niners defense? Now, Guillotine, why we can't break down nobody else versus Niners? Why I gotta be Raiders versus Niners? That's mean. Smalls HD dropped the deuce and says 49ers fans are what people think Cowboy fans are. That's not true. Cowboy fans are who they are, but Niners fans are annoying too. Good shit, Small. Voch, be careful with that knife. I'm good, man. Y'all, look, I don't bring out the
other stuff
or the fucking tomahawk or the fucking or the rifle. He's bring the rifle out, but I work for a reputable company now, so CC says y'all mentioned Dan Quinn, best defense coordinator. Hey, man. Dan was saving his best stuff for the playoffs, man. So, shouts out to Dan Quinn. 3 more, Dan. 3 more. If Dan Quinn gives you 3 more masterful games, I will pack his bags for him to go to Denver.
Same thing with Kellen.
Same with Kellen. If y'all give me 3 more classics, if Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore give me 3 more W's, I will pack y'all bags and I will gladly run Nussmeier and Joe Witt out that motherfucker. Or Schottenheimer and Joe Witt out there. I'll be fine with them if y'all take care of your business these next 3. Appreciate you though, CC. Let me hit refresh. I should go get my katana, but y'all scared of the knife, so I know you ain't fucking with katana. Somebody said say no to guns. They from San Francisco, man. Y'all, they got bad gun laws out there. What was I about to do? Volume side. I mean, Voch side. Let's see what y'all got on the Voch side. Let's see. I had the Raiders depth chart open because I was just ready to talk shit to y'all. I apologize. I was ready, boy. All right. Today, 18th. Boy, we had some supers today. God damn, on the 18th. It's too easy. Drop the deuce. It says, what do y'all think about the kicker Dallas signed? We signed somebody?
Yeah, they signed some dude. I mean, but a kicker though. Like, what you want me to? We signed somebody.
It's just some motherfucker. Like, it ain't
yeah,
nobody with
it's not. This ain't Vanderjack or something like that.
Okay, just some dude to get ready for the for next week's game, just in case. Y'all cool.
Yeah, he practice squad.
Yeah, okay. Just in case Maher is in his head and he missed these ones. Yeah, okay, gotcha. We'll definitely let you know once he starts kicking. Give me cash. Drop 5 and says Voch, let them keep sleeping on us. That's how we like it. That is fair. Let 49ers fans keep that arrogant energy. 100%, sir. Naeem says best content on the internet right here. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. We work hard over here. Cowboy Culture Drop 5. It says when we beat the 49ers, the platter's on me. They better not beat. Appreciate you, sir. By me too. Lane C. Wright Drop 5. It says last week we rightly predicted that we need 18 points to beat the Bucks. What number do we need, or what score do we need to beat the 49ers? 28.
That's a good number. I was going to say 26. I think
that's 3 touchdowns. Like you would have to beat 3 touchdowns.
I mean, they scored 23 on this last year. I mean, not this last year, but you know what I'm saying. So I would say 26 the bare minimum.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Lane. I think 26 fair. Chat, what y'all think about 26? Not 49ers fan though. What y'all think?
49ers fan. You're going to need 99.
You need to say these. You need 100 points to beat us. I'm like, all right. All right, bro. Fast Family Affair dropped the deuce, says 49er fan here. Appreciate you, bro. Welcome. Hit the sub button. Cam McNeil says, unlock the phone, Voch. He dropped a dime. No, I said that in Spanish, though. It's 5 o'clock. We about to get out so Volume can have the rest of the airwaves. 30 plus 31. Man, come on, dog. Let's see. Kenny Lott dropped the dub. It says, let Dak throw. Keep Dak in the passing offense. Dak Super Bowl MVP. I'm with you, Kenny Lott. I'm with you, sir. You've been saying this for a year, so you are at least consistent. Cam McNeil dropped the deuce, says, I need the first phone call tomorrow, Voch. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat for dinner tonight, bro. I can't tell you what's gonna happen tomorrow, man. Look, hey, call Will Steele show in the morning, A to Z Dallas on YouTube, and give him all the information.
Is that a Niner fan?
I would imagine so. Cam McNeil. I'd imagine so.
Hey, come through. We ain't have a Niner fan call in. We just had him in the chat. So
yeah, Will different though. He nice. Well, I'm nice. Pardon me. I'm nice. Will get you out of here.
Yeah, we'll definitely go back and forth.
Yeah,
for sure. But we'll debate about it, right? We'll go talk through.
But if you come with nonsense,
you'll come with nonsense.
You'll look
let me tell you something.
What you say? Say it louder for those in the nosebleed section. Get the cheap ticket. Say it again.
Yeah.
Appreciate the Will still. Jamal Wilson says, he dropped a 5 and says, honestly, look at the 49ers schedule. The teams they beat don't have a defense like Dallas or offense, or can put up the points like Dallas, especially Kansas City, and they got smoked. You know, they used to do that with the Cowboys all the time. The Cowboys will beat somebody, they'll hit you with well, who have you beat? They love to do that shit to us, man. You know,
which is
whatever.
Which is strange because the Niners shouldn't be saying that.
Nope.
Like Niner fans shouldn't be. That's one thing you shouldn't be talking about.
Or the Eagles,
because the Cowboys, I believe, have the most wins against teams above 500, correct, and against playoff teams right now.
Talk your shit, Will. Still, but we'll get to him. Hey, we just gonna be here Sunday. Will. Still, we'll be here Sunday. I want to go Texas Live again, but we'll see.
I'm gonna try to persuade your ass to come.
Don't do it, man, because I'm gonna have to call Brumley again and give him another day off. But Will, still live on camera right now. If I fly out, are you gonna pick me up from the airport?
Yeah, I'll pick you up 100%.
We'll talk about it. I pay for that hotel again. I'm getting the same one, the same dope ass.
Look, I'm about to say, hey, Brum, pay back for that. Pay back for that car. You know what I'm saying?
You think I can get the?
As long as we get some, look, if they get content out of it, shit. Stop playing. Are you about to put Brum on the spot? Don't put Brum on the spot.
Don't do what? Shit, man.
Man, Lowe's is nice too, man. That
Roadcaster Pro. Man, don't do what?
Throw an extra room in there. Let me go.
I just said we can do it.
I set up a live stream on Saturday. We can do it.
Let me connect the Roadcaster. We can do a whole weekend thing.
I'm just playing. Don't do that.
No, let's get Brumley on the phone. See what we talking about.
I work 7 days a week to be at live.
Shouts out to the volume, right? Now my Roadcaster don't wanna connect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Harley. It's a business trip. Yeah.
Right. Brumley.
What up, man?
You are live on the volume. Do not say nothing that'll get you incriminated or canceled. I have a question. Do you have 30 seconds of time?
I sure do. Thanks for giving me the don't get canceled warning, buddy.
Man, Brum, let me tell you something, man. I went to Dallas, man, last week, man, for the playoff game, bro. Boy, it was so, man, I ran into so many Cowboys. It had to be like 40, 50 Cowboy fans. And I was like, yo, Voch, I love the work that you do on the volume. And I was passing out those volume business cards, Brumley. You remember the volume business cards, the one that I gave them?
I remember the business cards, yeah.
Yeah, man, the ones I gave them with the QR code on it so they'll know exactly where to go. You know, them volume. And man, Brumley, I just thought it'll just make so much sense if we can do it again. But if we could do a live stream, listen, Brumley, on location, right? Kind of like how we did at training camp, right? But to do a live on location, we'll have a little setup there. We'll still know the people behind the scenes. We can get the Wi-Fi or something like that, and we can shoot content from amongst the Cowboy fans. Me and Wilson, maybe we can be the volume representatives. We can be the volume guys live on scene here at Texas Live amongst the Cowboy fans during the game. Now, Brumley, how does that sound, sir? How does that sound?
Sounds like a fun time. Sounds like you'd have a lot of fun.
Man, Brumley, it was fantastic. And I don't think I get paid enough before we can go back out there for the round two. So what I need you to do, Brumley, I need you to holler at the people. I need you to tap in to the business department and tell them that Voch needs to get flew out to Dallas, okay? So we can do another live show from Texas Live, Brumley. How good does that sound?
Does this make me Vince McMahon in your like early '90s wrestling?
I'll be whoever you need me to be, sir. I'm a great actor.
Yeah.
I'm a great actor.
We'll see what we can see what we can do, buddy.
My man, Brumley. That's why you make the big bucks, Brumley. That's why when I buy this yacht, you're gonna be right there chilling with me. You heard me? But you ain't gotta chill with me because you're gonna have your own yacht because I'm gonna make you so much money because you're that guy. Appreciate you, Brumley.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Man. Come on, Will Steele. Come on, Will Steele. Volume ain't paying for that shit. But Will Steele, to be fair though, the camera that I'm talking on that the volume paid for costs more than a flight in the hotel for a day, man.
Don't rule it out, man, because for real, I'll definitely do a show down there. Like I'll work on Saturday. And
we'll set that shit up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. I'll just hang tight. We'll hear back from Brumley. We'll cross the road whenever we get there. We'll see. We got a couple,
absolutely,
man. Yo, Will, we got the best job in the world. We got to wrap this thing up soon because it's 5:08, and we on volume time right now. We need to clock out. But let's see. But Cam, we'll talk about it. Call Will, still call or Voch, whatever. We'll see. Jamal, call before we lock the phones. That's the key here. Jamal says, honestly looking for. Okay, cool. DC4L, Dallas Cowboys for life says the same thing I've been thinking about the Giants play us in the championship game. Dallas versus Buffalo in the Super Bowl 57. Let's freaking go Cowboys. Appreciate you, sir. Cam dropped another 5. It says, I'm not new. You never answer my calls, and I'm platinum. Well, I answer everybody call when the phone unlocked.
Yeah, if the phone's unlocked.
Yeah, if we lock the phones every day around the same time, right around 3:50, if you call at 4:15, I can't promise you, but call in tomorrow, Cam. We'll get you in. And South Philly Shell Drop 5, it says this feel like the Oklahoma drill. They would never do it, but separate the men from the boys, indubitably, sir. And let me get one more refresh because I know y'all like to send them in while we reading them. Cool. JC Cowboy Network says he dropped 5. They dropped 5. Appreciate the work you do, Voch. Shouts out to you and Cowboy Nation. Appreciate you, sir. Joy Smith dropped 2 deuces. That's 4. One for the respect and the love, and the other says, Voch, what happened to Neville Gallimore? Carlos played better. Bo played better, and Jonathan got traded here. That's it.
Golston. Yeah.
Osa stepping up. Everybody but Neville just stepping up. So that's all that is. Reggie Hart dropped a deuce, says Cowboys signed insurance. That's for the kicker position. Honestly, we just go for 2 the whole way because analytics say fuck it. just go for 2. Cam McNeil says, I'm a Sailor, Cam. I'm Sailor Cam. I'm a Cowboys fan. Call in tomorrow. We'll talk. Because if you platinum, it'll say that you platinum. So unless you think you platinum, you're not. But if you platinum, you should be platinum. And Stacey Robinson dropped a 5. Didn't even leave a comment. They just wanted to show some love for the show. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Respect. Will, you think Brum gonna call the people, see if I can get a last minute flight in the hotel?
I actually do think Brum will.
Brum will do it. Brum will do it for sure.
Brum a beast.
Sure. Yeah, man, Brum really took care of us for the whole.
I can't explain enough. I actually need to get his address so I can send him a Christmas card for next year. But
his last Thursday of the month,
man, the way he took care of me when that stuff happened in LA was amazing.
Yeah, man, it was a legend, man. Shouts out to Brum. We're gonna find a way to take care of him. If Brum get fired and me and Will going to do different things, I'm bringing Brum along with us, man. Real quick, hear ye before we go. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me and Will Steele, by the way. He says, at the volume, shit, I lost him. He didn't say that. I said that. All right, cool. At the volume, it is obvious that we can do no more. Hold on, wait. It is obvious that we can no more explain passion to a person who's never experienced it than we can explain light to the blind. I'll read it again. It is obvious that we can no more explain passion to a person that's never experienced it than we can explain light to the blind. You feel me? If you passionate about something, Will, you feel up here about something, you can't explain that to a non-passionate person, which is that should be an indictment that, you know what I mean, you should only surround yourself with passionate and, motivated people, right, Will Steele?
Right.
Yo, Voch, why are you putting so much time into YouTube? You won't explain. I might as well be explaining light to the blind. Lions sleep outside. Negan, please exercise your demons. Appreciate you.
So,
Marcus Parsons. That's
you
fantastic.
Remember yesterday, and this is the last one, and we can go. When J-Ron apparently quoted Martin Luther King Vandross.
I saw it.
Did you see this shit, Ray?
It was Marcus Peters. It was Marcus Peters.
Yeah, but did you see what somebody said? Let's take a look at this grid, man. You are not allowed to miss shows. Voch Lombardi, Martin Luther King.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Let me pull this shit up. Let me see where it's at. My latency must be low. Here you go. And then it got J-Ron cursing. Hey, that's funny, bro. One call for y'all, bro.
Hilarious.
No, DeMarco, at least. Hey, that's funny, man. You are not allowed to miss shows. Look, you are not allowed to miss shows. Voch Lombardi, like I said it, but Martin Luther King.
It's like this episode of The Office where Michael Scott said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. Like, that's literally what he did. Good shit right there. Perfect.
You go double quotes about it. That's fantastic, man. Hey, man, what a show. What a show. Fantastic numbers, great engagement. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. Even if you were relatively annoying, I appreciate you for still stopping by. And, hey, man, just listening to conversation. At the end of the day, we just talking football. It should be a fun game. Considering a Cowboy W, there'll be great vengeance, furious anger, and an epic monologue. But it is what it is. We'll cross that road whenever we get there, slowly but surely. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Voch Lombardi. I break down Cowboys film, and in the offseason, I break down draft film. So even as a 49er fan, Cowboy fan, Eagle fan, whatever, I probably have broken down some player that you drafted lately. So go ahead and tap into the show. It'll be a good one. On my social medias, VOCHLOMBARDI. I watch my full-length film sessions on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, and my non-football platform where we watch nature documentaries. We react to things on YouTube. We watch, we'll break down some fight in the hood, and I'll break it down like it's a game or something, like it's some film or something. We do fun shit like that, and we game sometimes. So that's twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. My homie Skywalker Steele, who is the best in the business, is at Skywalker Steele, STEELE. And you can catch him at A to Z Dallas in the morning on YouTube. Appreciate you, sir. Y'all know Dosey Wilson, PC Whiskey. And until next time, let's get these same numbers in here while y'all playing. You know what I'm talking about? Volume. Come on, bro.
Beats Planet.